Hello guys, and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is Kissa. I'm a first-time mom, long-time entrepreneur, and food and product-based business coach. Here on YouTube, you're gonna find some productivity videos as well as app reviews to help you stay organized. So if you are new to the channel, please check out my other videos. I've actually been working on a new setup. I've converted to Notion recently, and in the last few months I've been updating you guys on how I've been using it, how I've converted from what I was using in the past to how I am adapting and using Notion now. So feel free to check out all those videos if you'd like. Today I'm going to be going over my September 2020 plan with me. I'm going to be walking you through my dashboard page as well as my weekly agenda and my daily journals. So that's what we're going to go over today, and then hopefully you can take some things from this video and apply it to your own setup. All right, guys, so welcome to my Notion HQ. So this is my main page that I always jump to whenever I open my Notion account. This is kind of the hub where I want to be able to see everything. It's my starting point, basically. So if I want to get to anything, this is where I have to go first. And I chose to do it this way so that I can always have certain things in front of me every single day. For example, I have my word for 2020, my mantras or positive affirmations, and my goals. Those are right at the forefront. Same with my quick references for the things that I'm working on, church notes, reading notes, that type of thing. And then below that is my weekly agendas. These are basically filtered by the agendas within the past month. So I always like to keep them on my HQ with the past month, just so that I can always reference back. So if I know that I created a task on a certain day or I completed a task on a certain day, I'm able to see it and find that. Right below that, I have my projects. And then at the very bottom, I have my inbox. So my inbox is basically just either web clippings that I want to read later or resources that I want to have at hand, just in case I need to reference something. And then what I like to do is, I think I mentioned this in my last video, but what I like to do is every week or 2 weeks, I like to funnel these articles or web clippings or resources to the correct place so that my inbox is as empty as possible and it doesn't just start to fill up and I'm not able to find anything. Let's go into our September plan with me. I have went ahead and started my weekly agenda for this week. As you can see, that's August 31st to September 6th. And this is my icon for the month of September. It's been quite a crazy year, as you guys all know. And so I want to channel my inner Zen and make sure that I start with my mindset on a positive note so that regardless of what might be thrown at me, I'm as equipped as possible and I have the best outlook that I can possibly have. So within my weekly agenda, these are the things that I typically like to use for my properties so that it's easy to filter out my weekly agendas. So if you click on date, you can put the start date. This week happens to be August 31st to September 6th. So once I hit done, that'll appear. And then if I have a focus for this week, this is referencing to my projects tab. So if I go in here, I can create or I can reference a project that I might be working on. So for example, if it's my vegetable garden, I can select that, put it as done, and then now I can easily reference this project and click on it and then go into the notes or the document that I have within the projects database. So let me go back here. And then all my daily journals for the week are here just so that it's easy for me to also reference those if I need to. So to add a day to my weekly spread, I click on here, I add a page, and then I will select Tuesday, add to it, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so on. It is an extra step. It doesn't automatically do it for you. I think there's a way that I just haven't done it yet. So back to HQ, going to my weekly agenda. So now I'm going to go and fill out my weekly agenda. So the first section of my weekly agenda is my daily journal. And I like to see this in gallery view. I like to filter it by week. So I would go over here to the three dots. I would filter it and put the date is on or after an exact date, which is August 31st. That's Monday. So any daily journal entries that I create will be placed in here automatically, as long as the date is after August 31st. So I've kind of created today's daily journal. Let's open that up. I'm going to add an icon, which is basically going to be, let's type in notebook. I like to have the same one for my daily journal so that I don't really have to think about it. And then I like to add a cover photo just because I like the gallery view and I love that it's very visual and graphic versus just, all type. You can definitely leave this blank if you wanted and look and see your daily journals in a different way, but I personally like the graphic look of it. So let's find an image. So you can either upload an image that's less than 5 megabytes, or you can just use a stock photo from here. And you can let's type in start. And I like this one, turn ideas into reality. So that becomes the image. These are the things that I track daily. Something that I might be grateful for is community that roots for my success. I'm very grateful for the people around me that lift me up. It's a goal of mine to write down one thing I'm grateful for and one thing I accomplish daily, because I tend to just go, go, go. And this gives me an opportunity to reflect and have a little more gratitude in my daily life. And then feeling today, I'm actually going to put tired because I truly am. We started sleep training Micah last night and I did not get very much sleep at all. So I'm going to put tired and I'm going to put proactive because I'm actually filming this video today. So I'm being proactive on one of my projects. And then if I have any tasks that I want to associate with this daily journal, I can do so by referencing this, and I can go through here and select one. I don't at the moment, so I'll leave that blank. And then I will tap on this daily journal. It will basically load up my template that I've already created. So this is a template that I've created for myself, a little message to myself every morning that says, let's get your mind right, girl. We want to get healthy mentally and physically. So this is my current morning routine. Get ready in the morning, have a glass of water, check my sugar levels, have a morning coffee, and find something that I'm grateful for, as well as my mantras. So this is a link to another page that goes to positive affirmations that I have for myself, and I recite those every day. So these are little check boxes that I've created, and I do the same thing every single day, Monday through Sunday. And so in my template, all I need to do is tap on my daily journal, just like you said, and this whole thing will load up for me. The next thing I want to find out is what is my priority today. So I'll go in here and I'll say maybe my priority is to film my Notion video. And then maybe another priority of mine is to eat small meals more frequently. That way I can just put some ideas of what my focus is. And then maybe another priority is Micah's sleep training. All right. Now, the next tab is my tasks. And I know there's a bunch of ways to see your tasks. For my daily journal, since I'm only looking at this particular page on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm going to see a different page. The only tasks that I see on this page is the tasks that are due today. So on the first of every month, my car payment is due. I usually do the grocery list on Tuesdays, and then I also have payroll. So these are tasks that are due today. Anything that's due tomorrow, anything that was due yesterday, I'm not looking at them right now. The only thing that I'm looking at is what's due today. From there, I have a daily reflection section that I like to work on in the evening when I wind down for bed. So I'll open Notion, I'll sit on my bed with my iPad open, and then I'll start just writing things down that I've observed. Maybe how I felt, something good that happened, something that I need to remember. And I think what I want to do eventually is create prompts or specific questions that I want to ask myself every evening. I think that'll help it'll help me naturally get into the habit of journaling and give me some direction. I feel like I would benefit from having a little bit direction versus too much freedom there, because sometimes I just go off on tangents. And then the more I get into the exercise of journaling, then I can do more of a free-form daily reflection here. And then at the very end, my night routine, winding down for the night, fill up my water bottle because I do like to have water by my bedside every night, run my skincare routine, take my daily vitamins, read something, and then write down what my accomplishment was for today. And that is basically my daily journal. So going back, if I hit the back arrow, in my weekly spread, as you can see, I mentioned my tasks. So this area I like to have in day-by-day view. And then this will show me all the tasks I have to do this week. So for example, the car payment is here. It's the same task that you saw in my daily journal, but now I can see everything on a weekly spread. So if I wanted to look ahead, or if I wanted to see what was overdue, my weekly agenda would be where I would find it. Moving down to my weekly reflection, this is what kind of inspired me into maybe breaking down my daily reflection into prompts and questions, because I feel like this is a very well thought out reflection area for me, and I want to do the same for my daily. So I'm going to be working on that. That's something I'm going to work on and maybe share with you guys in my October plan with me. But here are some questions if you are interested in doing a weekly reflection as well. So what are some wins that you had this week? What was a highlight moment of the week for you? What were some losses? And what are some lessons? What's a life lesson that you learned this week? So you can list them all down there. And then a few other questions that I like to ask is, what was I doing this time last year? This is inspired by my business coach, because I tend to forget how far I've come, especially during times like this where it feels like we're all moving backwards or maybe even regressing. And so looking back and reflecting on how different things were the year before helps you to see that, yes, maybe in some ways it's not what it used to be, but in other ways you've grown a lot. So this question has been really inspiring for me. Another question is, what can I do right now to make the next week less stressful? Really good one. What opportunities are still on the table? Is there anyone that I've been meaning to talk to? I'm someone that's very big on relationships, and to me, reaching out to people, checking in with them is a big part of what I love to do, because I love to interact with people. I care deeply about my friends and my family, so I want to make an effort to reach out to people just to check up on them and see how they're doing. How can I help someone else this upcoming week? What are my fears? And what am I looking forward to? So I think this is a great place for me to start my weekly reflection. I like having those prompts there to help me think, because when it's just blank, I tend to not write anything because of the pressure of not knowing what to write. So this, I think, will help me get into the habit of asking these questions on my own, and maybe even coming up with my own questions for my weekly reflection. That's my weekly agenda. And what I usually like to do is I only like to create my weekly agenda a couple weeks out. I don't like to create every single weekly agenda for the month of September, for example, because since I'm very new to Notion in the sense that I've jumped in head first, I'm all in on Notion right now. There's a lot of things that I'm learning about the way my brain thinks and the way that I'm putting it into the Notion app. So if there's something that I want to add in my weekly agenda template, for example, I don't have to delete the upcoming weeks. I can go ahead and just adjust the template before I create the following week. The template has already been updated. So I like to maybe do 2 weeks at a time. That way I can keep it all fresh and I can update the template as need be. And then I like to do the same thing with my daily journal. So usually what I'll do with my daily journal is either at the end of the day today, I'll go ahead and make the next day's daily journal, or I'll do it when I wake up in the morning. I don't like to have 7 daily journal entries all set out, just because if I want to update my template, I can do so and I don't have to delete the entries that I made, just so that I can apply the template, if that makes sense. So that is basically September's spread. I hope that this was helpful for you. If there's any specific area in Notion that you have questions about, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Also, share with me how you're using Notion if you're using it. And if you're not using Notion, what app are you using to keep your life organized? That's it for today, guys. I hope that you found this video useful. If you watched all the way to the end, please do hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be putting out more productivity content in the future, and hopefully that all this stuff might be helpful to you. I've been, like I mentioned in the video, very new to Notion, and I love to kind of document this journey on how I'm adapting it so it works better for me. And really, the key to productivity is finding a system that works for you. So whether it's Notion or something else, please let me know in the comments what it is that you use. If you liked this video, please do hit subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.